Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Purgatory, your weekly recap for Diablo III news. It is Monday, May 7th, and today we will be discussing launch day preparations, Enrage Timers, Inferno tips, and item tiers. A new post went live this morning over on the official Diablo III website, giving everyone a step-by-step list of preparations for the game's official launch. The article covers purchasing the game, creating a battle tag, regional launch times, digital pre-sale downloads, early install instructions, and global play launch times, as well as launch night login. So this is going to be a little bit of preparation for the game's official launch, telling you how to purchase the game, prepare to play the game, install the game, and then what to expect during the official launch on May 15th. Some discussion concerning Enrage Timers took place over the weekend, namely people were wondering what they were and what exactly their intended purpose is. Bashok stated a hypothetical example, saying that in Inferno mode, if you don't kill the Skeleton King within 4 minutes, he will start spawning 3 times the amount of skeletons. This will create a much tougher situation, but one that can be handled if played right. He goes on to say that while people kiting the Skeleton King around for an hour on their level 3 character may be fun to see, it's not fun when it's level 60s at the end game and the drops matter. To make these kills and thus character progression matter, they need to try to fight these cheesy tactics that allow players to just flop their way through the game. So Enrage Timers are going to be used as a way to combat people using in-game mechanics to make it through content that they should not be able to otherwise. Enrage Timers are intended to be a gear and progression check, making sure that you're not bypassing content that you should not be able to if your character hasn't progressed to the necessary level. Do you agree that Enrage Timers should be a method of progression check, or do you think that Blizzard should use something else? If so, what would you suggest? A video interview with Jay Wilson went live this weekend over on IGN.com. In the video, Jay offers tips to players when it comes to surviving in Diablo III's Inferno difficulty. The tips include making sure that you're properly distributing your skills and picking offensive, defensive, single target, and AoE abilities. Also, it is important to keep in mind that if you are playing in a group, you want to make sure that you have abilities that will support your group. Playing through Inferno is intended to be incredibly difficult, and he even reiterated the fact that with Inferno mode, they took their highest difficulty that players internally testing the game thought it should be set at, and they have doubled it. It is going to be an incredibly difficult challenge, and one that I am looking forward to. Some more discussion took place this weekend concerning item tiers and progression in the game. Apparently, a lot of people are still confused as to how item distribution works in Diablo III. The game's item tiers work as follows. They are visual tiers only. What this means is that as you progress through the game, starting through Act 1 through 4, and then moving up into the higher difficulties, you progressively get better looking gear. So for example, let's just simplify this and say that in Act 1, in the first difficulty in the game, there is one visual set of gear that can drop. You progress to Act 2, there is a second visual set. You progress to Act 3, there is a third visual set. So any helm that drops within that tier is going to look the same visually, but will have different stats. It is not exactly split up like that. There are 18 tiers that are divided through all of the acts and all of the difficulties, but that's just to try to make it a very simple example. So Act 1, in the first difficulty, there is one visual tier. Whenever you get a helm that is within that tier, it will always look the same, even though the stats may be different as they are randomly assigned, as randomization is a large part of Diablo III. Now specifically in Inferno difficulty, it is the case that per act there is a visual distinct tier, but prior to that, the rest of the tiers are just spread out throughout the acts and the difficulties. As you progress from tier to tier, it is possible to have better items, but is not always guaranteed to be the case. Because stat points are randomly assigned, you may not necessarily get a better piece of gear, although it has a higher potential to be a better piece of gear for you. So I hope that helps clarify things a little bit better for people who are confused about how item tier and distribution works in the game. Alright my friends, that'll do it for this week's episode of Purgatory. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned next Monday for another episode giving you a weekly recap of Diablo III news and preparing for the game's official launch. Be sure to subscribe and check out our website if you like the content. As always guys, keep watching and keep owning.